The Democratic Party is looking to score some victories in 2018, and they decided, hey, we need to work on our messaging. We need to do some messaging here. So let's go out and let's have you guys pick what our new slogan is going to be. And look, we've already got some pre-made stickers together. We want you to choose what's the best one. And now these are going to be great, because we're finally going to get to see if they have gotten the message of, hey, let's give the people something to vote for. Let's give them a vision, right? And look, I understand before I get into these that it can be very difficult to boil down a vision in a short slogan. I get that. Nonetheless, it seems to be doable. I mean, they've got really smart people working for them in the DNC. So I imagine they've also got a lot of time in their hands because they're not exactly busy governing because they've lost. And not only that, but they also have the thing on their side that they have the most unpopular president, a sitting president that they could go against. So look, they've got all these things in their favor. So all they have to do is just come up with a good message and encapsulate this message to be able to get out to the voters so they can get some people on their side. So what do they have? What do they have? Well, let me show you. So there it is. There's the different stickers you can choose from. Resist, persist. She resisted, or she persisted. We resisted. Not sure what you're resisting. Make Congress blue again. but this is my favorite. Democrats. I mean, have you seen the other guys? We are so fucked. Have you seen the other guys? Yes. Yes, we have seen the other guys. And guess what? Nearly half the country voted for those other guys. Now, I wonder why. It's not because they have better policies. No, their policies are shit. I mean, look, most regular working class people are not sitting around and thinking, you know what, Bob? The rich just don't have enough money. They need another tax cut, so we're going to vote for the guys that are going to give them another tax cut. No. Look, they've got terrible policies. But hey, man, at least you know what they stand for, because they actually stand for something. The Democrats don't. With the Democrats, you're like, hey, you know what? We're a shit sandwich, but guess what? That shit sandwich is shittier, and we've got a tomato. Well, we don't want your shit sandwich. We don't want your fucking shit sandwich. What we want is a good vision. What we don't want is the establishment. What we don't want is the status quo. Okay? Look, these stickers are nothing more than more mealy-mouthed milquetoast crap. More centrist bullshit. No, we want you to stand for something. Just stand for something, Democrats. What are you going to do for the people? What are you going to do for the voters? How are you going to get people to vote for you? Saying that, hey, man, we're not the other guy. You know what? We already tried that before. How about this? Look, I'm not so good at making slogans. But how about, hey, Democrats, we're for the working people. Maybe, I don't know. Look, it's better than, hey, we're not those guys. No. We're going to go with, yeah, but we're not those. We're not those. We're not the Republicans, at least. Now, when this came out, there were some different reactions on Twitter. One of them was from ProPublica reporter Derek Willis. He said, not exactly the most inspiring slogan. Adam Serwer, senior editor for The Atlantic, tweeted out, Dems are asking people to vote on a new sticker, and I'm not sure anyone in history has been as bad at this. Man, it's almost like they want to lose. Weird. Look, you know why I say that? It's because they ran on exactly this in 2016. My guys, you know, we're not the greatest, but boy, look at those guys up there. Look at Trump, man. Woo. Well, how'd that work out? How'd that work out with the hundreds of seats that the Democrats have lost across the country? State houses, governorships, the House and the Senate, even the White House, okay? You lost to an orange buffoon. Every one of these strategists and consultants that are working in the Democrats right now, they need to be fired immediately. Gone. Clean house. Because they don't understand. They don't get it. They don't get it. Jesus. Look, the strategy of the Democrats going forward has to be just more than opposition. Yeah. We get it. You're resisting. Great. So what do you actually stand for? Give us a vision. Talk about how you're going to make people's lives better. You know what I think? We should work on social and racial justice and economic populism. That'd be great. Kind of like the campaign that Bernie Sanders ran. Now, I'll tell you. I'll be the first to tell you it's not perfect. Okay, but it also drew millions of people from all over the country: independents, Republicans, Democrats. Even some Trump supporters were open to voting for Bernie Sanders. Not because it was about Bernie Sanders, because it's about the policy. And those policies actually help the American people. Now, what did Hillary Clinton run on? I'm inevitable. It's my turn. And, hey, at least we're not that guy. Yeah. Again, we see how that worked out. Now, interestingly enough, I do want to show you the Republican reaction to this because I think it's also telling. The campaign arm of the House Republicans, the NRCC, actually posted this. Let's take a look. Democrats, we win moral victories, not elections. Man, I hate to give the Republicans credit, but that was fucking savage. And that actually... Look, man, that's what they were saying. With John Ossoff, man, we win moral victories. Moral victories don't win you seats. Now, so here's the final thing. Here's the reason that I showed you the Republican response. The major problem with the Democrats is that they're out there playing patty cakes while the Republicans are going for the fucking jugular. Okay? If the Democrats want to win, number one, you got to have a bold progressive vision, right? Number two, they have to be strong. Strength in politics actually wins. I know, it's crazy. Look, you got to be strong. You got to stand up to Republicans. Now, let me give you an example. I love how they whined about Elizabeth Warren, for example, saying that the healthcare bill, which gives giant tax cuts to the rich and cuts Medicaid, were financed by blood money. That's strong. Now, as problematic as Warren is to progressives right now, you still have to admit that that's an incredibly strong message. And you also have to admit that she's never shied away from hitting the Republicans where it hurts. And, as much as you can not be happy with her for not challenging the Democratic establishment, she has no problem putting Republicans in their place, to be fair. So... But look, that's an example of what we need to do, not just with the Republicans, obviously, but with the Democratic establishment as well. You have to be strong, and you have to be bold, and you have to be progressive. Look, if I were running as a Democrat, okay, and that would be a trippy day. For one, I would run ads over and over again talking about how the Republican bill literally kills people. It cuts $800 billion for Medicaid to give giant tax cuts for the rich. Oh, so you're saying, so the Republicans are out there saying that their tax cuts are more important than your kid with a pre-existing condition. They're okay with letting your kid die because you can't afford health insurance. They want to get rid of Medicaid. You got somebody with a disability in your family? Well, they're fucked under this bill. This is the kind of legislation that they all want to put in office. This isn't a problem with Trump. This is the Republican plan. This is what they all want to do. You going to let that happen? Ad after ad, just savaging on that. Okay? Just talking about that. And look, that's effective. Because when you let people, people are pissed off about the healthcare bill, so much so that they continue to go out and protest and go to these town halls and let the Republicans have it. Because they're pissed and because this is not at all what they promised. They're like, we're going to lower premiums and we're going to make healthcare better. And everything's going to be, sunshine and rainbows. And then they get into office and they're like, cutting Medicaid. We're going to cut this, cut that, and make it more expensive for you. especially if you're an older person, or we're going to cut the Medicaid that helps people who are disabled and who are poor. We're going to get rid of all this stuff because fuck you. That's why, because we got to get our tax cuts for the rich. You got to go out there and talk about that. And credit to the Democrats that are. But you can't, I mean, you got to look at John Ossoff, that campaign, for example. The Republican there ran vicious ads. Vicious. I mean, absolutely disgusting ads. I'm not saying like do lies, but you got to be vicious with the truth. Okay? And you got to go after them and show the American people exactly what they stand for. Exactly what they stand for. And that's what I would do. Now, the Democrats are not getting that because they want to play patty cakes, they want to be nice, they don't want to be strong. Now, but more important than attacking the Republicans, of course, and their policy, is actually crafting your own and showing people that you support policies that will help them. For example, Medicare for all, right? Now, the direction that the country wants to go in, a majority, over 60%, want to go towards Medicare. And that includes 41% of Republicans. You want to get some Republican votes? Maybe do some policy that Republicans might actually like Medicare for all, which is the majority of what the American people. Look, if you want to win, that's your message. We're here for you. We're actually going to do what you want. We serve you. We don't serve our donors. At least we're not the other guy. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.